Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to Lessons Lunch Break, where we get to hear what deliciousness he's having for lunch today.
I always knew our channel was really a cooking channel.
It was the whole time.
It's just pork chops.
But really, my name is
Still sounds good.
Barbara Walters. Wait. Barbara Walters wasn't the cooking show.
There's a lot of them out there. You could probably say a random name and be right.
I don't think she ever. Who was I thinking of? Who was the lady who did the cooking show and Martha Stewart? Oh, I'm so bad. Ugh.
Who ended up in jail?
Yeah.
For security fraud.
So, Griffin, this bandit does step up to follow Orbal Kell, and it does give you the opening. If you'd like to make it a party.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, now that he's here, hey, get stabbed with 18. It's getting very stabbed here.
Oof. That is a tie.
Another one.
Unfortunately, this is their master blade wielder. Their champion of champions. Osmond
their best gambler.
Yeah. So he let me go, and I promise I won't kill you too quickly. Or I guess let me go, or I'll kill you. Never was much of a negotiator, hence why I became a bandit.
If you were fast, you would have run like your friends. They left you behind.
He's going to continue. He thinks he has an advantage on you, Orbal, since you're trying to fall back. So he's trying to push you out. So he does have a chance to run. So he is going to make an attack with an 8. Oh, no dice there. He doesn't even hit your shield. And it's your turn. At 11, well, he's got about a 50-50 chance. He gets a 13. So he just barely manages to dodge.
Not according to Scott Steiner.
Who?
Scott Steiner. He'll say that you only have a 25% chance. At best. Go ahead, take it away, Griff.
Then you throw me into the equation.
You only have a 33.3% chance.
Oh, he's a wrestler.
Yeah, Professor Scott Steiner's.
I'm just gonna have that script. I'm just gonna tape it to my desk.
Like I said, it's so great because the math lines up on everything he says, and you clearly just ad-libbing or rehearsed like crazy.
I mean, that's probably likely.
Yeah, but you look at that guy. Can you imagine him sitting in the back room just rehearsing this math speech?
I can imagine it.
I could see it. It would be wild.
I can see myself doing it. I rolled a 3.
All right. Man, this guy's hot. He's got a 14. He's utilizing all 5 defense mechanisms: dodge, duck, dive, dip, and dodge.
Wow, he can dodge twice. Amazing.
That's the 5 defensive specializations. And then parry bonus for talents. On 138, it's since you're here, Griffin, he'll attack you.
No. Well, that's very mean of him.
With a 16.
17.
Ah! And
We're
so
both
you do have that
terrible.
Yeah. You have that -1, but that'll tie, and defenders win ties.
He defended?
Yeah, he defended
Yeah.
and he tried to attack Hawkix, or not Hawkix, but this other peasant. The peasant defended, and now it's back to you, Warble.
Ah,
You know what the problem is?
they're not fighting
The problem
defensively?
is probably that you are not left-handed.
Okay.
You need to switch to the right hand. You've been taking it easy on him.
His turn.
All right. Delay that 9 seconds, and sure enough, it will be his turn on 146. And I can do this all day, or all night, I should say. Surrender now, and I'll honor a gentleman's agreement for such good warriors. And he'll attack with a natural 20
I'm going down.
for a total of a 24 to hit.
Yeah, I'm going down.
Ooh, you rolled a little low, so he catches you with that his short sword. Only 3 points, so this won't be a crazy critical. His attack roll is a 24, defense roll is a
Well, my
9.
armor blocks 2 of those.
Yep. So right now you've taken a 1-point wound, and he stabs you in the armpit. As you go for too high of a blow, and he stabs you for 2 extra damage dice. For a total of 13 points of damage. So you block 2 of it. So you have an 11-point wound.
I think I'm down. That's a 1 point and an 11 point.
So you're still up, but we now have to worry about the threshold of pain. So if you remember before, if you take more than an 8-point wound, you have to try to roll a threshold of pain. Your threshold of pain save is a 4, which is half your constitution. So if you need to roll a d20 and hope you roll under a 4.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
You can do it.
Nope.
A 15. So you failed by 11. So you're going to be down for 55 seconds. Oh,
Oof.
Yeah, he's gonna kill me off and get away.
so he drops you and he turns towards you, Griffin. Ha! One falls. Now you next.
I'm the strongest villager. I know I'm not afraid of anything. But it
Funny,
looks like, yeah, I'm up next.
yes. Strangely enough, you do actually have a steady morale, which means you only make a morale check if you're unable to significantly damage an enemy foe within. So you're not outnumbered, and you haven't really been able to damage him. So that might be starting to make you make a morale check.
Have we counted the +1 that we should be having because of the fact that we're attacking both of them, or does he get
that doesn't with 2 people, it doesn't give him a penalty, but if you have 3, then it makes him roll a d12.
Okay.
Okay. Either way, I can't stop him if he decides to run at this point, but I can stab him.
Yeah.
14.
He gets a 9.
Hey, we did it. Paste and roll for 4 total damage.
4 points of damage. You do manage to get him, and he cries out in pain. Oh, he's hurt. He did see all his friends leave. I'm going to say on the next second he jogs. He flees. and will flee to right there. So he's going to try to run away.
Yeah, and I believe I don't get to stab him on his way out or anything.
Yeah. And he'll manage to run away since you've got no one stopping him.
Right, exactly. There's no one else there, so it's kind of over.
Yeah.
Peasant will go over to Orbital and just be like, Orbital, no, I knew you for 20 seconds.
Yeah, so you get over there. Orbil's still alive, but just hurt.
Come on, wake up. What if they get back?
Oh, or how many hit points do you have, Orbil? Or how hurt are you?
I think I'm dying.
It looks like you have 4 hit points. I'm just making sure. Were you unhurt until this fight with this guy?
No, I had 8 hit points from downstairs.
Ah, okay.
So my total hit points.
Looks like you've got 4 hit points left.
27. So, yeah.
Yeah, looks like you still got 4 hit points. So you're on the ground. You're bleeding from your armpit, but you're not dying. And essentially, we are now out of combat. The bandits seem to have all fallen away and retreated. What would you all like to do? Elka, you've killed off this bandit. Hawksick, you do find amongst the loot all of your starting equipment. So it's all there.
Yeah, and I just take the time to re-equip it all up. Hoxic isn't in any rush; he's too injured anyway.
And lessons at this point in time, we can essentially you've recovered from your threshold of painting. So,
yeah, I basically I do a first aid to stop to bleeding or whatever and yeah, we failed basically. These guys got away.
Would you if you'd like to start doing first aids, now would be the time because you have an hour to do all the first aids before the time runs out.
I start with me. Yeah.
Your first aid is a 24, so you can do a total of 6 first aid checks.
Mm-hmm.
How many would you like to do on yourself?
Just a 3.
All right, so that will succeed, and that will reduce the wound by 1 point.
Let's go for the 11th.
Yep.
Let's see if I can eliminate that 1 point wound.
Don't roll on the 1 point because after 1 night of rest, that'll just go away.
I'm going down.
I'm gonna do all of them on the biggest wound.
Okay.
The 3 of them anyway.
Yeah.
Second, first aid.
And so you want to roll within 40%, so the second one will fail.
Yeah, with a critical failure.
Doesn't do anything bad on this one. It just hurts. And that one will pass as well. So you managed to recover 2 hit points, and you've used 3 of your first aid checks.
Yeah, I go to Elka.
All right. So Elka, you're starting to check out this basement.
And she finds the bodies.
I'm going upstairs to find Orbill.
Yeah, so you're coming up the stairs and you find Orbill coming down. He looks much more worse for wear than when you left him originally. How many wounds you got there, Elka?
I have a lot of wounds. I have 7 wounds. I have 8 HP.
How many of those wounds were fresh to the most recent combat?
About 4.
Okay. So you've got 3 more first aid checks.
Yeah.
How many would you like to do on Elka?
2.
Okay.
This one will be on Eric, I think, if he has fresh wounds.
How does that work again?
So he's gonna he'll do 2 first aid checks. The first one unfortunately fails. And if he succeeds, he'll basically take 1 hit point off. Fortunately, he fails so he binds both your wounds, but it doesn't make any difference to your health.
I go downstairs and check what happened. I want to make sure that the kids are, I basically rummage around downstairs and look at everything.
Yeah, you have one more. You have 1 more first aid check. Do you want to roll that on Eric real quick?
Yeah.
Eric.
Yep.
Yeah. So Eric, you recover one hit point.
All right.
And he's pissed. Like he's really, really, really pissed.
Yeah, they're all dead.
The kids are
Yes.
Yes, they're all dead.
In
They're back
Oh.
there
I will
in the
hunt
cell.
these. I will hunt these bastards down one by one and kill them all.
Can't make it to level 3 if you don't fight. Just saying.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you bitching about something, Dennis?
I'm not bitching. I'm just saying.
That sounds like a real
I'm-
whiny ass comment to me.
I'm making a statement like you're making a statement.
Oh, I'm not making a statement. I'm just saying I could heal later.
Oh, because
That's
she
why.
could use a good long sleep.
Yeah.
and now that you're down here, you do see that they've seemed to freed this dwarf. We can
Hey,
so you can see what's
how's it
going
going?
on.
Well, no reason
Good.
to
There's at
turn
least
back
one
to the.
person around here who ain't ugly.
Well, no reason to turn back to the village. We failed. Let's go somewhere
Ah,
else and
dang.
buy my wounds.
I mean, you should go back there anyway and demand whatever payment you can.
For what?
I mean, if they hired you for this, right? You got a
We,
contract, you set up a
Hey,
bounty.
listen, dwarf. You don't want more wounds on you. Shut your trap.
Nah, I don't need to take that from some pasty greenskin man.
And I really get close and it's like, shut your tiny goddamn trap. These
Sound-
bastards murdered a bunch of children. These cowardly pieces of filth just killed children.
Yeah, and it
And
sounds
I-
like
and
you
I
wasted
will
all of your
hunt-
time here.
I will hunt them down and I will kill them one by one, no matter how long it takes me.
They're already out of the villagers' hair. What does it matter?
It matters to me. Go away.
Your death march. And he just sort of turns around and shrugs you off a little bit.
Is there anything worth taking in the basement?
Yeah, yeah. So you look through it. You find there's a chest that's open that's been kind of rummaged through, and you find some extra clothing, and it looks like there's even some coins that have spilled out, and it looks like at one point there might have been space for more bags of what looks like loot. But you see 3 bags that, as you're kind of sorting through them, they start clinking. You're looking through the chests and through the loot over here and all these crates. There appears to be three spears of good make. There's one of these crates you crack open and you see several jugs of. You give a smell and it smells like strong brandy. You you look through some more and you find several of these crates are filled with delicately packed herbs and spices. You find an old rug that looks like being down here in the cellar. It's kind of gotten a little mildewy and stinks. Probably wouldn't be worth much. So
Okay.
in total, you found 6 parcels of various herbs and spices. You find a cask of brandy. And sorting through the coins, you find what seems to be 155 copper pieces, 98 or 98 trade coins, and what does that leave? And that leaves 45 silver pieces. And I spelled pieces wrong.
I guess the village is paying you after all.
In addition to, on each one of their bodies, they have some leather armor, and they've got their short swords and clubs, and there's a single short bow left on the second floor.
Okay. Are there any like quivers of arrows or anything?
Yeah, down here with all the weapons, you find another 2 quivers, each with 24 arrows.
Okay. So I'll make the suggestion that we should give most of this to the town. Um, for what they lost, so they can rebuild. Is everybody cool with that?
Hmm.
Fine.
How many bandits escaped?
A rough estimate, the one that. Well, I guess that's a party question. So, I mean, are you role playing this, or are you asking me?
How many bandits escaped? What did you see?
I think maybe 3, maybe 4.
Yeah,
There were-
yeah,
there were-
says like the villager, when he comes like back around. Two of them hopped off and ran off and seemed pretty badly beaten. And then the last one almost killed this one. He ran off too. I think that's 1, 2. What comes after? Wait, oh, it is 3.
And where are the bodies of the children?
They're
God,
back.
the children.
They're back in the cell.
All right.
Could bring the families out here.
Yes, I think we should go back to the village and check on them first. And
I
bring back.
drag. There's a body there, right? I drag it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a dead bandit laying right
Drag it
there.
out, and I take one of the spears,
Okay.
sword, a spear, and his body, and I drag it out. And outside, I cut off his head, and right on near, so it can be seen from the bonfire. I just put the head in the end of the spear, and put it on
Yeah.
the ground. And I do that for everybody that we find, not the kids, of course, but the bandits that we killed, if any.
Yeah, you guys managed to stake up. What would that be? 1, 2. Yeah, you get 4 bodies staked up there. 4 heads. And there's if Eric takes one of the spears, then you have 1 less spear than head. But I guess if you manage to convince the peasant to give you a spear, then you'd have enough to stake up all those heads outside the castle entrance.
I'm keeping a spear. I think that sends a message.
Yeah. So what you guys have you've staked up some bodies, you've done some healing. What are you gonna do now?
Is the second floor clear?
No one's been up there yet.
They all jumped down, so I guess when you go up there, there'll be nobody.
Did anybody check?
I'll check.
Yeah, so you clamber up onto that second floor, and it's empty. There's a few stains of blood where it looks like some combat happened up here, but you're not seeing any. There's no one else up there, and up there you just see a little stool on the very top of the stairs, where maybe a bandit might have sat while he was out watching around the keep. But aside from that, the second floor is practically gone. What would you like to do? You're all probably feeling a little bit tired at this point. It's been rather late, and you guys have been fighting for a while, and you did this kind of midnight attack on both the village and the keep, and we're running around, so it's probably around 3, maybe towards 4 a.m.
I'll drag one of the beds from downstairs and put it up here and start resting.
right.
Better to. This is a defensible position. Might as well do it here.
Yeah, now follow me on this. You see, we got this fort here and there's this village nearby, right? So what if
Yeah.
What
Elka's
if what?
dying. I think she's
What
ready
if
to get
what?
back.
but you're right. This place is pretty easily defensible. We could just bunker here for a moment.
We have nothing to give the villagers other than some money. Their children are dead. We failed. We have to move on and find the bandits and finish them off. But we have to be ready for that.
I don't think just the three of them are gonna come running back anytime soon.
No,
The one bandit here, and probably the bandit with the, or not the bandit, the one villager here, and the villager that had the bow outside will come in, and they'll take away the bodies, and they'll.
Besides, I don't think they want us back in the village since we caused the death of their children.
You can talk to
Indirectly.
them. They're right there.
That might be wise. We thank you for what you did, but I don't think everyone will see it like that.
Let them grieve. Let them mourn.
Hopefully they won't come back.
No, because
All right.
I'm going to hunt the bastards down. That's why.
Good. They deserve nothing less. And they'll leave. So, is anyone going to keep watch that night?
I'll keep first watch. If nothing else, to make sure that all the wounds are properly binded and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you set up a little bit of a watch, and are you guys going to sleep for a full 8 hours, or are you going to just rest until the sun rises?
I think a
Oh.
full 8 hours.
Yeah, because we need to heal.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll stay
Right.
in the basement since they can come in through the well.
Okay. So you guys all rest through
Can
the
I interject
night?
here?
Yeah.
Would word have gotten back to the farms in the course of the night?
In the middle of the night, that's it probably would. It as soon as the sun rises and you wake up, you hear kind of excited talking in the house nearby.
Oh, I mean, I've been resting all this time anyway.
Yeah,
so.
you've been resting
Because
all
I
through the
figured
night.
maybe
Yeah.
I could just wander back into the scene when Orville is the only one to handle. When he's the only one handling a watch, while everyone else is sleeping.
Yeah. I'll say you can wander into the situation about then.
Good, now I can murder everybody. No, I'm joking.
Are you you can kind of arrive back in as a shadow in the night. Orbital, probably an hour into your watch, you hear you hear footsteps coming, and you see the shadow of Karamiko step into the keep.
So I guess you've done it then.
Where the fuck were you been?
I've retreated after the failure in town that cost us the life of a teammate.
Well, we killed more of them.
Good. I hear that none of the innocents survived. That seems to me to be a failure.
Which begs the question, what the fuck are you doing here?
This is where my brother is. I care not for what you do.
Well, in the morning, I plan to keep binding my wounds, and as soon as I'm able, I'll go after those bastards. If your brother wants to join us or join me, that's fine. If not, well, we left them behind anyway. We can do it again.
Are you angry that you failed? Is this why you're taking it out on me?
He is. He's angry at everybody around him.
Oh,
Should've
you're
seen
awake
last
too.
night. Yeah, I love listening to people's conversations.
Yes, people watching, it's fun.
I'm angry because maybe you could have done better with your side, but I guess.
My intent was to run away, that they might regather themselves and then do nothing, preparing for an attack, which clearly they did. If they had the time to do what they did, they might not have done so had you not attacked them.
Did you say anything other than run away?
You ran off ahead of me. What was I to do?
Fine. You're here. We'll decide what we do in the morning. Oh, by the way, that's the dwarf. We at least rescue one. Tiny
Got a
person,
name.
which I don't care.
Toxic. You say it like you're trying to spit on someone. Toxic.
I just spit.
There you go. You got it.
Yeah. His name is Spit. So we went from moron to spit.
Sounds like an
Correct.
upgrade.
Congratulations.
I mean, oh, all right. You're calling him. Okay, I was confused for a second. I was like, moron. That's a bit meta. I was like, oh wait, you don't mean moron the way that I meant moron.
All right, so you have that cheerful little encounter where you guys meet each other for the first time, and you rest, and the morning sun comes, and you guys sleep in, and it's a little before noon before you finally arouse yourselves up after that tiring and fatiguing night. Luckily, this time you got to sleep on some beds.
That's true. Yeah.
I did a horrible thing, but it was the right move.
So that next morning, I'm going to move all of you into the kind of bandit kitchen that they had, where you guys can sit around the table, around some casks, and make a little porridge and breakfast for yourself.
Do we get a day of healing?
You get a day of healing.
Sweet.
So that's 1 day, 1 point.
And I'm back.
Yep, and all your bruises have recovered and gone away, Hoxic. Oh, we're not hearing you if you're saying anything, Lessons.
Sorry, I just muttering to myself. Did I close my character sheet? And yes,
So that's
I did.
1 HP back.
Let me check. If you have any 1-point wounds, how many 1-point wounds did you have?
I had 3.
So all of those 1-point wounds go away.
Cool.
Yep.
How do I delete that?
If you hit the modify button,
Mhm.
then you can delete them.
Oh.
Doing it for me.
Yeah, I helped you out.
Yep.
Do I go down each one of them?
Yeah, so
By
each one will reduce the days to heal by 1, and then when the days to heal reach 0, then the wounds themselves drop down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the actual hit points don't heal until the days to heal reach 0.
Which is why your first aid is so good.
Yeah, which is why your first aid really helps, because that can just heal 1 automatically.
Or when I get my shitty heal spell.
Whoop!
Imagine getting rid of 30 days in 1 cast.
Having healing spells can certainly heal up, can certainly make wounds miraculously heal.
But I'm not that kind of cleric, which is why it takes level 3 to get there.
So much energy.
So it's the next morning. You're sitting around breakfast. You've got a new companion, this strange dwarf. What you guys talking about? What's on the agenda for today?
I think we have bandits to murder.
Yeah, you talked big about hunting them down. Well, go on, I'm waiting.
I'm a ranger. I'll track
Well,
them down.
Originally, we're here looking for something else.
Yeah, but that can wait. It seems every time we go to a place like this, we just make things worse. We're messing with that magic and we don't understand.
Maybe that magic brought him here.
What, the bandits had wizards? Hell,
If they,
Wizard.
if they did,
That's
we
what-
killed it.
I mean, you guys were talking about magic, right? What other magic is there?
Some kind of tomb thing where people are trapped by magical thingies, and I don't understand much of it. We just basically bury them back again.
Sounds a little crazy.
It is.
Have you heard of anything like that in the area? Toxic?
No.
Are you from this area?
Nah. I just heard there were some bandits here and I thought I could make some quick money. I was very wrong.
Hmm.
Yeah, Hoxic, you probably picked up that they've been the bandits have been here probably around a yearish. They were well established.
The bandits could have gone anywhere.
Well, you got a tracker, right? That's how you're gonna hunt them down.
Who said we?
Well, I'm going to.
I want to
do that.
crack their heads.
If you want to stay with your fleet-footed brother, then that's your choice.
Hey, brother, a moment if I could.
Yeah.
Do you
So what? We gonna
still-
step out?
No, I can talk to you here. Do you still have the thing?
I still got the thing.
There seems to be a dwarf.
Oh, yeah. Why don't we? I'll show him the map. Yeah, good idea. So I got this map,
Uh
and can you make anything of it? I'll put it on the table.
huh. It's a map.
I don't.
And
Confidence
he'll actually
decreasing.
take it and then actually try reading it.
Can you read it?
He'll just sort of take the map, lower it a little bit, narrow his eyes at you a second, and then lift it back up to keep reading.
What does it say?
What are you able to read, Dwarven?
Yes, I am.
All right, so give me a. This is one of the times that I. This is one of the rare times that I will require a literacy check. So with a
Goody.
literacy check like this, it will. It's essentially I essentially treat it like deciphering a scroll. So if you would like to just like make a check now, then you can decipher it. Like if you try to make a check now, I have to find arcane lore. If you make a check now, if you take 10 minutes, it's a very difficult check. If you take 2 hours of studying it, it'll be a difficult check. If you take an entire day, it's an average. If you take 2 weeks, it's an easy one. And if you take 3 months, it's a trivial check.
I'll like lower it down and go, there's some big words on this one.
So
How
you're
long do
saying
you want to wait?
Can you read it or not?
I mean, it'll take some time. That's why I'm asking. How long do you
We
want to
got-
sit around?
We got nothing to do.
I'll
Maybe we
sort of
can-
like slowly turn towards Orville and say, really? Plenty of time to wait.
Well, we got to rest up. I mean, we can't go hunt those bandits down right now. Everybody's hurt.
I will not hunt the bandits until I've healed.
Sounds like they don't got the same kind of energy as you do.
We can wait a couple of days.
All right. Well, I'll start reading it. It'll be entertainment.
All right.
You certainly have enough food here to rest a few days and sustain yourself. Like that shouldn't be an issue. And you've got lodging. So
That's
Are
Mhm.
there
how long do you want to stay here?
A month.
yeah. Oh, at
Well,
least a week.
if you're gonna wait a month, then it's not gonna
I
work.
was joking about a month. I just mean that a bunch of you have wounds that will take like a month or more to heal.
Let's just take it day by day.
I gotta imagine though, because like you're in a scene where you've got like a giant gaping ass wound that you've bandaged up and everything. Let's go.
Mhm.
It's
You're
like,
bleeding
dude,
from your
come on.
armpit.
Hey Eli, what stat is mining?
Can I keep doing? No, I can't do first aid. Well, it's first aid, so it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's only for like an hour after.
Yeah.
Are
It's
there
strength and intelligence.
Okay.
Are there any tankards or cups or anything?
Yeah, there's certainly tankards and cups, and you've got an entire cask of brandy and
Yeah.
two whole kegs of of weak ale.
Now, if someone was to make armor out of a bunch of kegs, what would the armor value of that be?
Okay. Um, it probably would be better than leather armor, but have more penalties associated with it.
So you're telling
To-
me keg armor would have a penalty to stealth?
Yes. Unless you were trying to hide as a barrel.
All right. Well, I'm gonna help myself to some mead, and drop a tankard of mead in front of the dwarf and say, "There you go."
Hey, service. Wonderful. And I guess if we're gonna be here for a few days, I'll go ahead and take that timeline on trying to read.
Yeah, so how long would you guys like to wait?
Well, I think what Orbital has the worst wound, right?
Yeah, I have 11 points. It's gonna take. Well, I have an 11-point wound. Is gonna take 11 days.
Well,
Or
no, it
10
takes
days.
11 days to go down to 10-point wound, and then down 10 points to, or 10 days to a 9-point wound, and then it's going to take forever. But also, didn't you
Yeah.
heal some off of that?
So yeah,
Yeah, it should be a 10-point wound because you made that heal check. So it should take 9 days to get down to the to a 9-point wound, and then
But you're still
it's a
looking at
little bit better.
you're still looking at over a month for that.
It's why getting the squeezings or the honey mead early is better than waiting until later.
Sure, when it works, or you don't go drunk and get yourself killed in a fight because you're incredibly
Yeah.
drunk.
I say to Orbital, if we stay here, I think they'll come back. If the dwarf says that they've been here a long time, then there's a chance that they're going to come back.
They didn't
Yeah,
exactly leave with a pack of food on their back.
Right.
maybe they have some reinforcements. Maybe
Yeah,
they
that's
don't
all
want to
right.
go too weak.
We can be
I don't
ready.
know.
No, we're gonna then we'll wait a week. If they come back in a week, then yeah, we're ready for them.
All right, so I'm reading for a week.
All right, so everyone can take a week off your wounds. So if a wound reaches 0 or a days to heal reaches 0, you gain 1 hit point back on that wound, and then the number resets, and then you can still apply ticks to it.
Is it too late to try first aid on me again?
Yes, that can only be done within an hour of the wound happening. If you after waiting a week, that will be an average check. If you wait another week, so if you wait a full fortnight, then that'll make it an easy check to interpret this scroll.
Okay, which really just comes down to if it's just a week, then I'll just do a week. If everyone's going to stick around for 2 weeks, then I'll do that.
Well, it'll only take a day to actually have to make that average check. So let's say you make that average check, and let's see if you pass or if you actually need that additional week to discover what this scroll is, because then that might be incentive to continue waiting and healing.
Okay, let's do it. So
So you're
44.
saying
The
we're
skill is
hoping for a
13.
fail.
So
All
I
right.
think if it's average, that actually works.
Yeah, that is. So you have read through this scroll, and you you believe that you have interpreted these aren't exactly dwarven runes. They are dwarven runes that you explained to the rest of the party, but they're old and they're not quite what you're used to. But you've interpreted them. Let me.
Whoever wrote this, their handwriting's shit.
Let me show you what you discovered. You have uncovered what you believe to be. You believe this is a key to interpreting this rune, all these runes. Did I
Oh
pin?
boy. I'm gonna have to do this manually, aren't I?
That's so cool.
Did I ever pin the map?
I know
You
it
sure
was
did.
before.
Did I? I don't think I did.
I see it right here.
Crap.
Yeah, it's
Due
a
to the
treasure
way
map.
that I have everything laid up on the stream, that I can't have the cipher and the map up at the same time.
I can put them as two different handouts.
That would help me at least, even though I'm literally unable to look at this in character.
Let me see.
I was just taking a look at my character sheet and said, "Please, God, don't let me have spent BP on literacy. That would be the most useless use of points ever." Nobody
Now,
uses
this
Braille.
cipher might not be correct, depending on your literacy roll. So that's the danger, but you're fairly certain it's correct. And that was actually the danger with the literacy roll. So if you had rolled and potentially failed, you might have gotten a different cipher.
Oh boy.
That is why I love you, Eli. You've gone to
What?
such a degree as to make fake cipher sheets, depending on his role. I don't know, it's gobbledygook. Maybe if we read it backwards, do dwarves read left to right or right to left?
You gotta read
let's-
like a drunkard. You sway, you go up and
You
down, up
sway.
and down.
Yeah, looking at dwarven manuscripts like it's Bible code. Now, it's every fourth letter.
I figured out the first word. It's probably mountain.
What the hell?
But yeah, this
All
is
right.
definitely going to be an off-screen project for me.
Yeah, this is not something you have to do now. By no means do you have to do this now.
Yes, do it on screen. Oh man, the fact that there's two symbols together that are also two symbols on the actual thing. Let's see, TH. It can either mean 1, followed by stop sign, or it could be backwards 1. Stop sign.
I'm not. This is giving me trouble in saving this cipher onto the.
Oof.
What? I'm saving this as a. Oh, it keeps telling me that it's.
Can't wait till you accidentally upload the wrong cipher sheet. Wait, that's not the one we're looking at.
That's how I really get the. Ooh, it was a failed literacy check. The wrong cipher. Wait a minute.
This cipher sheet has Norse cuneiform on it. This other one
There's
has
letters on
Egyptian
it that don't
cuneiform on
match
it.
with the cipher.
Okay, I had to do this weird. I had to post the picture in Discord and then save it in my
Just going through a whole bunch of hurdles.
Whew. Yeah, it was a pain in the ass, but the cipher should now be visible to everyone. There you go.
Yeah, we did it.
Where is it? Oh, there's the treasure map.
There's the treasure map. There's the cipher.
Awesome.
So I'm already putting myself in the brain mode of like, how am I going to organize this to do this? This is going to take a while.
Oh crap!
But I'll get to that later. Dwarf's just like, well, I figured out how to read it.
Awesome.
Man, wish this had been there the entire fight. I could have had the answer for you guys.
So you now have this treasure map.
Yeah. So I also, I want to take the latch, because you said the latch downstairs was something.
It wasn't actually anything fancy.
Okay. All right. You
It
were
was a
just
big
saying that.
joke that it was mithril and
Nope,
indestructible.
too late. You can't
All
take
right,
it back.
all right.
GM said it was
'Cause
mithril.
you rolled.
Damn
You rolled
it.
you rolled like a 39 to break down the door.
Yeah. Right.
With a 39 to break down a door, you have a fair good chance to break down anything.
Nice.
Like really, the only chance that I have to like not like to like the only door you really couldn't kick down with a 37 is like a stone door, like or like there's a chance that like maybe like holding a sliding door in place would be a pretty doable challenge with that much, or lifting a gate or ripping a manacle out of the wall is something that like just. So you guys have rested for about a week. What are you going to do now?
I'm gonna do my tracking rules.
All right, so you're gonna try to make a tracking check after these bandits. So you saw several bandits leaving from the front door. You also saw, at least while you were in that fight, Orble, you did see one of those bandits slinking down into that well and going out that secret path.
Mhm.
Which one would you like to try to follow?
The ones that I went through the front door. Some of them were bleeding. So yeah.
That's correct. Is everyone going with him?
Yeah, I'm going with them.
Yeah.
You're falling apart. You find them. I want to cleave their skulls too.
All right, so
I am not
it has. You're not going?
going. I'm not gonna go.
I'm gonna stay with my brother.
Okay. So we have the dwarf, the hobgoblin, and our friend Elka trying to track. And with an 11 under a 24, you managed to pick up the track rather quickly. Like you said, there's old blood on the ground, and one of them looks like he's limping, as if the fall from the second floor was enough to hurt his ankles. And so you follow him, and for the first few hours you track him, and it kind of winds through the woods, and you find a small campsite, an old fire, and the area around looks like it's been matted down, like there were some folks sleeping here a few days ago, maybe around the time that fight happened. There's old blood on some of the trees, and you see there's old like discarded items, strips of cloth torn as if
In
they
which
might have been doing
general
first aid.
direction is there a town or city in the direction they're going, or are they just going to the wilderness?
The folks that you were following, they were going pretty kind of pretty southeast, and so that seems to be fairly, oh, what the hell? That seems fairly wildernessy. So kind of in this direction.
Nice. They took their time to bind their wounds, so they were not that much in a hurry. I'll follow for another day, for another couple of hours to see where they went from the camp.
Yep. You can do another tracking check at this camp to see maybe how many might have been here as well.
Mm-hmm. Or if they circle around.
Yeah.
Finally, rolling good rolls.
Yeah. So your tracking skill, you're looking around. This area doesn't seem to be well trafficked, as in there's not a lot of other tracks you're seeing around here. You think that there could be roughly 2 to 5 people that rested here. You know the roughly. You don't think it's the entire group of bandits.
Mm.
And
Split
yeah,
off.
it does look like the tracks. The tracks look like they head from here to be about southwest. And since we're looking at this map, it does look like southwest would be the direction of the only road heading south towards Sharif or Nidrash.
So there were 2 groups, right? They split off into groups.
That's correct.
Can I tell which one was a smaller group? Where they headed?
That would you could go back to, you'd have to backtrack to get back to the keep and then to find those tracks there.
I'll do that.
Okay. So you
I
backtrack.
thought that the group that was in the camp also divided, or they
Oh
didn't.
no, it looks like they all straggled around in this direction. You notice that as you were following the tracks, you noticed several other tracks kind of join, as if they kind of scattered and maybe found each other in the darkness and met up at this camp, and then then they all headed down towards the road.
So they're all going together.
I'm gonna check the exit that I know from the well.
Yeah.
And then check from there as well.
Yeah. So you
In fact,
head over to the.
I'm gonna go with a hunch. I'm gonna backtrack from the camp in the direction of the secret exit and see if I find tracks on the way.
Yeah, make a tracking check as you go from here to the well. Anyone who's with him, so that would be Hot and Elka. You can also make tracking checks as you kind of spread out and look for these tracks along the way. So you guys you spread out and you're looking for tracks along the way. It doesn't you don't find any tracks heading in the opposite direction, and you reach that other opening. The first thing you notice is there's a decent amount of spilled blood outside the opening and a spear laying on the ground.
And does it seem like they're heading in a direction from there?
Yeah, give me a tracking check.
It's a better one because that last one sucked. 36. Not bad.
Yeah, looks like there were 2 tracks, and they headed north.
Now, do I remember that they said something about, they kept talking about Soren, right?
Yeah.
As if that was the guy who was in charge.
It's a good hunch.
But we never fought a Soren. That we know of.
That's true.
So that bastard actually left through the well. He's heading north. Interesting. Okay, go back to the keep and tell everybody what we found.
Okay. I'll say that takes a pretty solid chunk of the day, tracking across and tracking back and going which way. And you do follow the tracks for a decent amount of time before this is going north. They didn't try to backtrack in any direction. So I'd say it's probably evening by the time you make it back to the keep.
Yeah. I go basically to bed, and before anyone goes, I think the leader went north, the rest of them went south. And I'm betting the leader was the one that kids
Well, then it
Okay.
sounds like you got your guy.